Hey guys, it's Brad and Ty from PGSC, and in these lockdown times, we thought we'd try out some of the new decks from Secret Slayers. So you have a couple of videos to look forward to from us from that. Unfortunately, in Europe, there kind of been a bit of a delay, so we have to use Dueling Book, but what can you do? So we have Brad, our resident zombie man, playing Eldritch, Eldlin, Golden Land, whatever you want to really go for.
Eldlich is usually what people call it.
Well, yeah, but there's like 3 different things, right? It's fine.
Yeah, so for those that don't know about Eldlich, you have Eldlich the Golden Lord, which is the main boss monster. He's the only Eldlich card there is. And he's supported by a series of trap monsters, which are called the Golden Lands. And then there's a spell and trap support called Eldlixirs. And you also have a couple other cards called Cursed Eldland and Eldorado. But nobody plays Eldorado. It's a really good card, really good effect. But it has sort of a higher cost, so it's a bit slower. It has 2 effects. I can't remember which way around it is, but if you shuffle like 3 of your banished Eldlixir or Golden Lands, and then one of them is a Black Rose effect, the other one halves your opponent's life points, you gain that. So really big, but costs a lot. The trap monsters all have extra effects when you have Eldritch, the Golden Lord, on the field. So it's all about just keeping him on the field and activating all your other effects around him. And then Terry will be playing Rikkas. He'll tell you about them.
Yeah, so I'm playing Rikkas. They're the new plant archetype from Secret Slayers. They're an Xyz-based archetype, and they're sort of based around like tributing plant monsters, sort of kind of thing. So you have like quite a few. Petal is their sort of rota, which either adds. That's what, yeah. Well, you can see sort of you take one Rikka and you either add it to your hand or send it to your graveyard, but you can also put some of them in plants for the rest of the turn. It's pretty good. Like a lot of the Rikkas either have an effect from hand to tribute themselves, to tribute a plant monster on field, special summon themselves, or to tribute a plant monster, special summon themselves from grave. So like varying effects. We'll probably talk a bit more about it as we go through, just to see.
So I'm starting off. So we'll just go through these. So Eldlich is very much a control deck, so we'll just fire through these. So this is the return of the pay 800 to add something. So that adds either Eldlich or a Golden Land, which is your. You have the trap monsters, and there's also a counter trap, which is also called Golden Land forever. So that is what that does. That's the big boy himself there. So he has 2 effects. You can send him and a spell trap from your hand to the graveyard to send a card in the field to the grave. If it's in the grave, you can send the spell trap you control to add him back to your hand, and then special summon some monster that gains 1000 attack defense, can't be struck by card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So, Curry Bandit is played because it gets all your spells and traps in grave. The whole point of that is your 3 trap monsters and your 3 Eldlixirs, they all have an effect where you can banish them from the grave to get one of the other ones. So Golden Land search Eldlixirs, Eldlixirs search your Golden Land. So there I'm getting Eldlixir Sanguine, which specs them from deck or grave. The Eldlixirs, you have 3 different kinds. You have one that special summons from hand or grave, one is from grave or deck, and one is from hand or graveyard. So it covers all 3. And that's the ones that special summons from deck. So there I've got one in the field.
So here I'm going to roll small Petal and activate its effect, getting Snowdrop. Snowdrop is one of the probably one of the best Rikka monsters, because you can tribute a plant monster, special summon both one plant monster from your hand, and while you're locked into plants, it's pretty good. That's their Rikka Glamour, their sort of rota, which you can activate it. Then you can also tribute a plant as well, and if you do, you can add 1 Rikka monster, and then if you tributed a plant at the start, you can also add a plant monster with the same level but a different name to the Rikka monster you just added, which is quite nice. There I just went for the regular effect because there's not really many sort of generic ones that have good, like, that work out with the Rikkas. So we're going to Snowdrop, which is special that Mudan, and Mudan, when it's special summoned by the effect of a plant monster, you can add 1 Rikka spell trap. So I add Rikka Sheet, which is basically like their kind of mind control slash kind of negation kind of thing. It's
a bad Widow Anchor.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it. As you can see, sort of says players can't activate that face of monster's effect on the field that turn. If I tribute a plant, I can take control of it till the end phase of the plant. I attempt to use Snowdrop's effect to target a plant monster in field and make the levels match, but unfortunately I got impermanence there.
That's important because there's Rikka's all like 2 summon, so there's rank 6 or rank 8.
Those are it currently.
I thought there was one more.
At least not from what I've seen when I was building it, but there's like 2.
So Aroma Seraphy Jasmine, that's just good plant support in general. Eldlich Burial, like Terry said, there's ones that have effects from graves, so that's just a good card all around, and then you have Rose Lover, which is just again good plant support. So I'm attempting to use Hakiro, which has a DD Crow effect when it's summoned while Eldlich on the field. So I was attempting to get rid of Rose Lover, but he has the Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of that, so that stops on play. And that means he gets the Rose Lover
for one of the best plant support cards ever, Lone Fire. Which is a small note. Lone Fire and Rose Lover is pretty good, especially at least in this matchup, just because he plays quite a few traps that could probably disrupt me. But Rose Lover, the plant monster special summons off its effect, is unaffected by trap effects that turn, so it's really useful. And then we special summon another lovely bit of plant support, kind of, Evil Thorn.
So this time, Evil Thorn can tribute itself to deal 300 damage, and then special summon 2 Evil Thorns. So it's just one monster that becomes 2. So I play Conquistador, which special summons itself and then destroys a face-up card in the field. That's just so that he doesn't get the extra monster, and it means he ideally would have nothing to tribute for Aroma Seraphy Jasmine's effect. So you just set the sheet and pass there. So in the end phase I'm using the effect of Sanguine. Wait, didn't I activate that time?
Yeah, I think what's happening is it will go back in the grave, I think, at some point, maybe.
No, because I forgot that quite a few times. It was usually Sanguine was the one I forgot.
It's because you used
Conquistador,
but we've left the Sanguine, but you didn't actually set anything off of it, so that's...
No, I set that. I set the Hikiro.
It happens, it's new cards, and it just happens. Of course, double Extravagance.
So Extravagance was the thing I got off Curry Bandit, and of course we draw another one. Yeah, so that was a misplay on my part. It was actually 2 misplays because I forgot that I played the Conquistador. So we draw the Guardian, which is the trap monster that no one really plays, so it has the effect when it's special that it can make a monster become 0. I like it just because it's another card. I feel the deck can easily run out of resources in sort of a grindier game. Most people, it will outgrind, but against any other kind of grind deck, it will run out quicker, so it's sort of mid-level grind. This is just another name. I feel I'd rather play this over the Eldorado to shuffle in the 3, just because Eldorado does nothing if you don't have the 3 banished Eldlixir or Golden Land. It's not even a mix of the 2. So that's me banishing White Destiny, which lets me set a Golden Land. I can't remember where I played the hero. I don't know if that will be very important at some point. So that's me using the effect of Eldlich to discard himself and Guardian, which lets me send Jasmine. He's then using the effect of Sheet to tribute Jasmine to stop me activating the effect of Eldlich and taking control of it until the end of the turn. So what do we do next? I send Eldland to add Eldlich to Golden Lord back. So then I have the effect of both. So Eldland lets me foolish either Eldlich Golden Lord or Golden Land.
Did you just hover over Sheet for me again? Just to make sure. Okay, it's on field, just to make sure, because that would have been... But God, it's seriously a bad Widow Anchor. That's just awful.
Yeah. So I sent another Guardian. There's the hero. What do I banish? Was it the Petal? Yeah, that's the Petal.
Yeah. He chooses Petal because Petal's effect is during the opponent's end phase. If you either control no monsters or all monsters control the plant monsters, you can from your graveyard, which is a quite nice thing for recursion. But
yeah, it means he always has something. It means he has something to tribute on his turns. So I get that back. So you wouldn't have got the petal. Would that have made much of a difference?
I mean, it depends on what it is, but with pedal, you always get a possible search, and that baits out something. Because we now have the mute on, which you might have impermanence there, but it just depends, really.
I mean, I had another negate, so I feel like it didn't make a difference in the end, but maybe you would have had a couple more plays. So that's my bad. But we'll go on to the next game. We decided not to do any siding with these ones. We just decided to do best of ones.
So now you're going to see a lovely, terrible hand.
I didn't actually get to see. Oh.
Yeah, so just before we go into it, so yeah. So some of you may be shocked by a couple of cards. I'm going to go with, well, Monster Gate is so-so, but it's because it tributes a monster, and it's just since all the Rikkas can be special enough for tribute effect, you can just get rid of a dead plant to hopefully get into something else. Like, you have quite a few cards that might work in Grave anyway. The Ultra Poly is part of the Predapan package that I'm playing, which is one of my favorite things to play ever.
We do have a soft spot for the Ultra Poly.
Ultra Poly is such a good card, and in this it gives you basically 3 plant monsters, which lets you set up a Aram Mage Jasmine, a Luma Seraphy Jasmine, which is already getting you to anything that you want. Lone Fire, a Rikka card, which is quite nice. And also, because you're using Chimera or Flacia, during the next turn you can either you can get like another fusion spell. In this case, currently I'm only playing the Instant Fusion, which lets you get to like 1,000 Eyes or Mud Dragon. But maybe you can like have room for, like, I've seen someone try Refusion, which was quite nice to get back the Chimera Flacia, which is quite nice, cool to play.
We've got the Cosmic Cyclone, which you saw in the last game that stopped the Hikiro. Foolish Barrel. The good things you have in Grave tends to be Rose Lover, Petal is good in Grave, and Heavyweight Carrot.
Carrot, yeah, the Carrot Weight Champion, which I think is the thing I foolish off this. There's also Spore, but it's not.
And then the Snowdrop, which we saw last game.
Yeah.
So he's going first because he knows that I play cards that can lock him out.
So we send the World Carrot Weight. We hoped, and we try to go for the Monster Gate to hope to get like a Lone Fire, anything really. We ended up with the Rose Lover, which isn't great, and we just make a Link Repo. I think set 1, 2, set both and pass. It's like.
Then my turn. You play the Summoning because you're mostly special summoning the traps, and you can just spread that out between yours and your opponent's turn. So I've gone for the Carstel Land, which is to pay 800 to add either the Golden Land or the Eldlich. So he cosmics that. We then have the Foolish Barrel Goods. Again, most of these spells trap you're sending have the effect to banish himself to get you something else. So there's no recursion, but you usually can just manage to get something else out of your deck. So I wish there was a bit better recursion other than the Eldorado. And again, the Eldorado isn't searchable. So that's the Sanguine, which will spec one from deck. Probably just fast forward most of this.
So you have the Rose Lover, get the Rikka Pedal, Special Mudan to get Glamour.
We've seen all of these, yeah.
We get Primula, and then we'll get the, I think, Cyclamen. So Primula is okay. These two are both one-ofs that I play. It's just like, Primula's the other one where if it's a monster, you control has been tributed, special on this card from your hand defense position, and then you can also target to and increase. The plant monsters increase their level by 2, which helps for the Xyz plays, but so. And Cyclamen is meh. I mean, you contribute it from your hand to face up, target 2 plant monsters and reduce the level, so it helps you make, I assume, the rank 6 or like other random plant plays. And if it's your graveyard, attribute this under this turn, especially believes the field. It's meh. They're just one-ofs because you need names, and this is what I mean. Like, since I tributed a plant monster, I can get like another level 4 plant, but there's currently, looking at the pool, nothing too good. Maybe you can get things like Cactus Bouncer or something, but.
So it activated the effect of Primula. I changed summon limit so he doesn't get summoned because he's already summoned 2. I mean, the only other level 4 plant you're playing is Carrot Weight.
Yeah, which was nice, but it was already in Grave.
So this is White Destiny. This is the one that's special summons from hand or grave. So these all special as zombie monster, but if you don't control Eldlich already, you have to summon him. So it means I've tried it with sort of uni zombie and the regular zombie package, and it does work because as long as you have him out, you can special summon anything that's a zombie monster. That was a misclick. That was it. I was going for a Carol that time. So White Destiny's pretty nice. That's the Crow getting rid of the petal. I think that was what I went for most of the time, or Rose Lover. So we just draw the impermanence, which is not much more to do than just attack. So Hakiro's the only one that you're going to be summoning an attack, really. The other two both have better defenses.
Yeah, I realised I probably could have... So, in that situation, I could have summoned Primula, because a monster was attributed, but it was just... didn't really seem worth it, as you'd probably just take it out with the Golden Lord.
Yeah.
It was... Let's see what happens. Like, I think we... Yeah, we draw into a Permaplant, but which is normally pretty good, but we just can't... There's no follow-up we can do with the summon limit out. So we try to attack into the Hakiro.
So I wanted to special summon during his turn anyway, because I'm under summon limit as well. So I summoned this to get rid of that, which means I get to keep both of these. These are both level 5 and they're both light zombies. So I think everyone is going into the same Xyz play with those two, which is going into Constellar Pleiades, because it just needs 2 level 5 light monsters. So attack, and then we've just got the set the Golden Land forever, and special summon the Sanguine. No, banish Sanguine to set Conquistador.
Yeah, so again, summon limit's not gonna you just can't do much with just 2 guys with this, so we just try to wall up and hope to maybe see a Cosmic. But
then we can just play these that back to his hand and then attack, and it's gonna be a game. We're going to game 3.
Yeah, might as well. There's just like it might as well see what else he can do. So I'm gonna go first again. I don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll go first. This hand is a lot better, especially because we opened the instant fusion, which lets us get out the Mud Dragon, which will protect most of our Rikkas from targeting effects.
Yeah. So because the Mud Dragon's on the field, I can't target any of his things.
Well, you could target the Evil Thorn, I suppose, in this situation, because it's not a water, but... so we go here, and then I think I use Snowdrop's effect to make... on this situation, I think I use Snowdrop's effect to make all plants level 8.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's just to be sure, so at least, if anything happened, I could at least make an 8 play. Go for the... Teardrop, which I don't think we've actually...
We've not seen this yet.
So
have you gone into either of these yet?
No, this is the only game where I actually do it. Yeah, so here's Teardrop. It's their, I guess, kind of like boss monster to say. So like you can detach from share from the card, as it says, and you can target one monster if you attribute it. It's quick effect if you have a plant under as a material, which basically you're going to always have in this deck.
I think it's just so it doesn't become a generic card, because I don't see... They said 2 level 8 monsters, but why not just make it 2 level 8 monsters, including a plant?
I suppose, but like it makes it at least allows you to have like a bit more movement. It's generic, but like you get benefits for actually playing it in sort of the way it's meant to. And also, each time a monster is distributed, it gains 200 attack for each until the end of the turn, which could be nice depending on how many, like... Yeah. When you actually really think about it, a lot of the plants I play do tribute themselves, or or do a lot of tribute effects. So it's alright. And then I set the Rikka Tranquility, which is basically a, like, back to the front for the deck. But if you tribute a plant monster, you can special summon a Rikka and another plant, which is cool.
My Dragon dies in end phase.
Oh yeah, and I play Black Garden because it helps you just sort of maybe like slow down your opponent a bit, not necessarily in like advantage, but like it makes their monsters half attack, which makes your like it's 24 and 28 at the moment, which is pretty good. Plus, whenever your opponent plays, they also start generating you plant monsters, so at least you can always hopefully go back into an Air Mage or have tribute fodder, which is quite nice.
So we negate the Teardrop, which thinking about it now is probably a waste based on what I did the rest of the turn. We got the Eldlich bit.
Yeah, I guess though it's awkward in that situation. It's better then because when you summoned that there, I couldn't get rid of the Golden Lord, and like if you set 4 and do absolutely nothing as special in defense, I could end phase tribute it off. So made sure that you still have the Golden Lord for all points of time. So
he summons the petal from his grave because all the monsters he controls are plants during my end phase, and then that gets me a rose token.
So we draw into another petal. So we make a Linkaribo. Special summon that. Yep.
I go for Sanguine, which lets me special summon one from deck or grave. That was just more so that I don't get all my slots filled up with tokens.
So
It does get him an extra token, but I need to make sure I have things on the field as well.
So there's a summon limit.
So because when you special summon the token, it's classed as you special summoning to your opponent's side of the field. So it has summon of Linkaribo and then the subsequent token means that he has already summoned twice.
So I think there's going to be a misplay on your turn, but not from my part, because I think because of Black Garden, I couldn't have used this when it comes up. But
he was pointing to his set.
yes, sorry, Tranquility.
Again, I tried to go for the Sanguine because I kept forgetting I'd already played it. The other trap monsters, they all usually stick around for a turn, so it's usually, if it's there, I can use it. So I draw the order. You don't really rely on your spells that much. So we play the order. It didn't actually come up in this game. So we banish the Sanguine now to get the Conquistador, and we banish the Black Awakening to get the Akiro. We activate the Golden Land, gives him another token. That's me summoned twice, so I can't summon anymore. It's really just making the most of the summons while I can. That's Terry activating the effect of Teardrop to tribute his own token.
So I can get room to then. I think I wanted to summon back another monster from my grave.
Oh, but then you realised you needed the space for Tranquility.
Yeah. So I think I tribute the other token, but then I need to check the wording of this, the wording of Tranquility. It's because then isn't simultaneous, is it? So I don't think I think I'd be able to summon one, but I shouldn't have been able to summon two things with it. I don't think.
Well, this would finish resolving. The Tranquility would finish resolving, then Black Garden would happen.
Oh, it's not even the garden. It's more for the summon limit because I've summoned one token this turn, technically.
Have you?
I think so, because you've summoned, because that token was summoned to my side of the field by my own black. It's still my card.
So that's what I was saying about Black Garden. So Black Garden is whoever summons it special summons a token to their opponent's side of the field.
Yeah, fair.
So you would be able to summon both.
Okay,
so
that's good.
Me summoning Golden Land, Guardian of the Golden Land, I then summon the token.
And then that's fine.
So then he summons the Petal and the Snowdrop, but you shouldn't have done that, I don't think. No, I wouldn't have had the token then, because those would be classed as two summons. And then gets rid of the summon limit, which means he can then use the effect of Snowdrop targeting Mudan. Yeah. Is it Mudan?
Yeah, Mudan, to make him level 6 to get into Kanzaki.
Again, I've not seen this one yet.
So Kanzaki takes is generic 2 level 6 monsters, and if a monster is tributed, except during down step, you can detach material and target monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it, and negates effects, it becomes a plant monster, which is kind of okay. So it's nice to have them together, obviously, Teardrop and Kanzaki. And then also, if a plant monster you control be destroyed by card effect, you contribute one plant monster from your hand or field instead, which is nice in this very specific situation.
Yeah, so it's generic, which is quite nice, but I think the effect is slightly worse than what's the vampire rank it's called?
It's Vampire Knight Sheridan.
Sheridan, yeah.
Yeah, because Sheridan triggers its own effect, which is just sick. But
it doesn't have the protection.
It doesn't have the protection, and I was considering playing Sheridan for this because you can steal your opponent's things.
Yeah.
But it's just that using a lot of the effects lock you into plants for the rest of the turn. But luckily we make Crossroads Dragon.
Yeah. So this is actually my undoing because I didn't realise it had the second effect. So what this does is you can tribute yourself and another
a plant monster, I think. Yeah, you tribute yourself and a plant monster, special summon a Rose Dragon. It's treated as a proper synchro summon. So I summon Black Rose and nuke everything, and I send the petal from my hand to protect my Kanzaki and Teardrop, which was nice.
Would that not protect Rose Dragon itself?
It's not it's not a, it only protects plants. Yeah, it's only.
Of course.
Yeah, Black Rose Dragon.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, so blue my field, switch that to attack and then attack for 2/8.
I think it's 200 more because I did tribute a guy, but like it's
we do that afterwards. So remember.
But then it's pretty nice to do it, but he still gets at least something from this, which is
So we get the Hikiro, the Guardian, and the Conquistador. We get all three effects off, which gets us one of each of the Eldlichs. So then this is a nice day show actually. So there's one that's hand or grave, hand or deck or grave. So and they all have the effect. You can banish it to set a golden land. So we can send that to trigger Eldlich to summon himself from the hand. He gains 1,000 attack. Can't be shown a card effect. Can then banish that to set golden land forever. So then we declare an attack because it's on 3/5.
I think I'll activate Teardrop here to tribute the Golden Lord, and then try to use Kinzaki to target the Golden Lord to get it back.
Yep, because he would be able to special summon that to say his field, and then he would choose a plant. Then I chain. So Eldritch of White Destiny special summons it from graveyard. So he doesn't get to do it. Then we attack that. You choose not to protect it.
It's because it only protects from card effects, unfortunately.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah, so that it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, like this is the thing. There's like if it protected from that, it'd be way better. But I guess they thought maybe not. Let's.
So I send Guardian with Foolish Burial Goods, and then in the end phase, Guardian gets me another Elixir, which will go for Sanguine, which I'm pretty sure I try and manage that one as well, because that's just what I do.
And I try to get back the pedal, which is nice. So we have the fire.
So that's Petal getting you that.
Here's our lovely debate.
Yeah, so he uses the effect of Mudan to tribute Petal, and then summons it straight away, but I decide that I'm going to negate that and destroy, so that he doesn't get the summon. So you would have actually gotten 2 counters there, because I've just tributed my own guy.
Yeah, would have been nice. And this is a weird thing, so I have a lone fire hand and I've not normal summoned, and you'd think I probably should have just gone for game, but like he still has 3 back row, and I feel like he just summoned the Golden Lord, and this at least gives me hopefully some follow up. So we get the Mardell, which is again nice kind of plant support.
Yeah, it's just generic. Just adds any plant.
So is this where I get the Rose Lover to hopefully draw something next turn? Let me just.
Now I go for a Sanguine in there to special. I decided I do actually have 2 Sanguine set. I decided not to block the attack from Teardrop because I thought I'd rather have one live at the end of my turn than have another one during my next turn. Oh no, I didn't go for it that time. So we set the Foolish Burial Goods to get back the Eldlich, which will summon himself. So I really probably should have blocked that last attack. But we just go for the attack, so it's boosted by 1,000, so it can beat over the Teardrop, and then we attack over the Mardell. And then shout out to Shmail here. Oh, not quite yet.
Hold on. Yep, he said when we were playing, it's just because we were both in the same room. It's just going. You can see the sort of like deliberating about why not.
We're speeding this all up. This took a long time for me to debate over whether I wanted to do this, but I decided that I was going to go for the 7 Sins play. If you've not seen Shmail's 7 Sins Turbo deck, have a look at it. It'll be on our channel. But yeah, so I decided to go for 7 Sins just because I thought it would be funny. So you go into Ravenous Tarantula, which requires 2 level 10 monsters, which is really just I was debating whether to just wait on that and let him burn himself a little bit.
I mean, it wouldn't have been necessarily bad because also due to the difference in our life points, all your boys would have been hench.
Yeah,
but it's.
Then we've got big 7 Sins. So his effect is that you can't use the effect when it's summoned using a rank 10, but you can detach 2 materials and then banish as many special monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then attach one of those banished monsters to cards that exceeds material. So I thought this would just be something funny to sit on for a turn, because I thought with 4 back row it was pretty strong. I thought I had a chance. But what I didn't read was Cross Dragon. So he summoned the petal.
And this is where a bit of like deliberation goes on, because I have the Rose Lover in hand, and it's a.
So I go for the Sanguine to get out the Eldlich. So I have it on field. So that's all 3 of my Eldliches are on field, so I had to go from deck. And then I go for Conquistador and Resolution to destroy the petal, so that he wouldn't get the search during his main phase.
But then Crossroads effects is if a monster I control is destroyed by card effect while it's in the graveyard, I can banish it and I can special one Rose Dragon monster from my graveyard.
So if I was clever here, I would have chained the Hikiro, which would have let me banish the Rose Dragon. But I didn't know Black Rose Dragon had a second effect from Mars. I thought, oh, he's just getting a guy on board. Then I read it when he summoned it.
Because Black Rose is second effect, boys, for anyone who doesn't know.
Which is everyone, because no one's ever used it.
I've used this many times. But yes, so Black Rose's second effect, you can banish 1 plant monster from your graveyard, then target 1 defense position monster your opponent controls, change that target to face-up attack position, and if you do, its attack becomes 0 during the end phase.
So this is when he decides to turn Conquistador to attack. I'm sitting there trying to figure out if there's anything I can do.
Like the only thing that would have been the only really nice part about the Black Rose effect is that it doesn't target the plant monster it needs to banish. Then, or else that might have been a bit more awkward for me. But you would have been able to like banish the target with thing, and I wasn't able to resolve the facts. But
there we go. I lose the 3rd game.
But yeah, it's Rikka is weird to me because at first I was like, this is shit, and then now I'm back at it and going, it's okay. It's the problem is in my head is like you don't have a lot of things to. Your only way to generate advantage, I suppose, is really like your petal, because that comes back each turn and it gives you another search. But like you don't have a lot of oppressive like things. Like you have a terrible Widow Anchor and you have a double Monster Reborn, which is attributing stuff. While it is nice because it's not destruction or anything like that. It's you need a bit more. Like so, I'm hopefully trying to find something else to like put with it. Like we talked about Rose Dragons. It doesn't seem like it might fit, but like you never know. We can maybe work some way around it. So I might continue to work on that, and hopefully might get a profile either with real life cards, because hopefully they're all trash and worth nothing.
Eventually.
Yeah, if not, we still might just do like a dueling book profile. And I think it's been toying around with this build, which is the more like heavy controlled build, and the zombie one.
This is the one with Curry Bandit in it, which just lets you mill quicker, and it's just more about your own traps. The other one I was trying was with Uni Zombie Mizuki Gozuki, more of your classic stuff, which included a small zombie world engine as well. So setting with something like Ballard Rock on the field, make everything zombie, especially against a deck like this, which requires on having
plants. Yeah, we played that. Oh, that was awful. That was genuinely awful for me. It was
I think it won like 1 out of 12 or something.
Oh well, yeah.
Just because as soon as zombie world hit the field,
it's really awkward. But yeah.
Well, we're gonna do each of the matchups, so we'll be coming back with the Adamant Spacer versus both of these decks, and we'll be able to see which comes out on top. I am feeling pretty good about Eldlich though. I think it's pretty strong. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Rikka from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's I'm interested in it because it's a decent. I like plants have been sort of things where I've wanted to do stuff like Preda plants have been really cool to me. I can try to combine it with Preda plants if I can figure that out, which would be, you know what, I might give that a shot as well, because I mean, to be fair, you get Dragostapelia is a level 8 plant, so you can hopefully do stuff like that. You could tribute something on your opponent's turn. You can maybe use the Tranquility to bring back a Rikka and the Dragostapelia. There are some like maybe plays with that, but or maybe like a very small engine.
Yeah.
But
we'll keep playing about with it, and we'll get back to you next time. Right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. And yes, we know we've made misplays. It's new decks, but we do appreciate if you let us know if you thought there was anything we could have done better that we may have missed.
Or if you've tried these decks out as well, like you can let us know if you have any techs or anything cool that you think that could work in them. Yep. So thanks guys, and we'll see you again.
not a zombie channel.